Edgar Kramer of Six Moons Audio and Australian Hi-Fi magazine is about to interview Avatar Acoustics Darren Sansulo, who is a specialist high-end distributor here in the US of A. Darren has been lauded by pundits across the land of the likes of Neil Gator and Jonathan Valen from Absolute Sounds, and also, of course, John Atkinson and Jason Cyrinas from Stereophile, and as one of the top distributors in his ability to render a great sound from his room from the fine equipment he has.
Tell us a little bit about the speakers then.
Okay, the speakers are, they're all handmade in Florence. It uses a ribbon super tweeter.
Yes.
Morel silk dome. So the super tweeters really only run from 20K. ScanSpeak Revelator mid-range driver. ScanSpeak aluminum woofers. It's acoustic suspension. Both the it's a two-piece speaker, so the both the top enclosure and the base enclosure are all acoustic suspension. Was explained to me that what he was able to achieve with the speaker with the crossover integration of plus or minus 15 degrees phase shift in the crossover throughout the speaker. So
that's cool.
It uses the Clarity, all Clarity caps, Clarity MR, and one or two of the other Clarity models throughout for the entire crossover.
His secret is mainly in the crossover. And
it's really crossover design and parts quality in the crossover. He does some various. Brad would know as a speaker designer himself. There's some RLC networks in to actually for cone breakup at some of the frequency extremes. It's electrically, it's very phase coherent, yet it's not using a first order crossover design, but he's able to achieve plus or minus 15 degrees with like a second or third order crossovers into different sections. Well, the enclosure materials are, it's a variation of enclosure materials, so you've got an aluminum, aircraft grade aluminum for the front baffle. Yeah. Okay, so this front baffle is aircraft aluminum, and he's using special bracing. And I wish he had his computer here that actually showed the internal cutout of the enclosure. So he does a very unique job of mounting the drivers and actually bracing the back of the drivers inside the enclosure when he builds these enclosures. So. The enclosure itself is handmade in Florence by an Italian cabinet maker as well, and so the enclosure is using, again, various materials in the enclosure. He uses a special isosorbethane between, this is a two-piece speaker, so there's special damping material between the upper enclosure and the base enclosure, and I'm not going to pick it up here, but yeah, there's special isolation between the upper and lower.